This driver, Stu, continues to drive really quickly on surface streets.
Most definitely, and you saw that crazy U-turn he just made out there. He was heading southbound. Now we're starting to head northbound again, working our way back to the 91 freeway. Again, though, all these crazy moves where he's swerving towards other vehicles, and then sometimes he just swerves for no reason at all. There are no other vehicles ahead of him. I'm going to get a little bit wider, show some of what's ahead of this guy. I'm looking out the window down there. There's absolutely no traffic ahead of him at all. Officers from Fullerton PD are definitely chasing this guy right now, and in number, and he's been working his way from city to city out here. But again, this started over in the Fullerton area, and again, you know, this guy wanted for carjacking. They're definitely not going to back off on this guy at all, and you can see that damage. Unclear though, Kent, that might have been before this pursuit started. We don't know. I didn't hear anything about an accident during this chase, but again, right now using a center divider, speeds of about 40 to 50 miles an hour out here on surface streets, but again, unusually light traffic. I'm going to go a little bit wider. He got some cross traffic right there. He's got it. So there you go. He just got locked up the brakes right there. But again, just blew through another solid red light out here, and officers are continuing to chase him.
Now, Stu, you said this is a carjacking suspect. Can we assume there's only the driver? Do we know if there's anyone else in the vehicle?
When we saw earlier on, and again, this is just from what we've been seeing up here in Sky 9, it appears to be just one male driver, nobody else in the vehicle. We got a good look on the inside of the car earlier on, sorry about that, and we did not see anybody else in this car. It was just him by himself, and again, working our way northbound out here. This intersection is going to T, so we don't know which way he's going to go. It tees into another major street. He's kind of using all lanes again, indecisive out here just which way he's going to go. Looks like he's going to make a right there, and again, there's other traffic, but using opposite lanes. It's been very light, though. He's been very, very lucky out here. For the most part, just been light traffic everywhere he goes. Most of the time, nothing in front of him. They got another stale red coming up on another major intersection. We're basically on the major road just south of the Santa Ana River, and I believe that's Riverdale Road. And again, another major cross, and oh, here he goes. He's going to make another little turn here, and it looks like he's going to try to make his way back onto a freeway. We're going to be crossing over the riverbed. That's the Santa Ana River, and then on across over to the 91. So that might be his plan out here. But again, you can see no other traffic out here. This guy just driving erratically, and officers still very much in pursuit.
A Friday night, for the most part, the rush hour is over. Traffic a little bit lighter, certainly, than it was earlier in the evening. This chase that began in Fullerton, a suspect wanted for a stolen vehicle. A carjacking suspect, also in this case, that started on the freeways. Fullerton Police Department beginning the chase and staying as the lead agency, even onto some freeways. But look at the danger that's going against traffic right here. Stu, this is as dangerous as we've seen this chase yet.
Yes, and again, the speeds seem to be a little bit slower, but again, a head-on collision, 40 miles an hour, and he continues. He could have gotten onto the correct lanes, but chose not to. And again, just moving his way up here. We're northbound. I believe we're in the Tustin area right now. And you can see that one officer right behind him. And again, now it's starting to see a little bit more traffic. Not so much in his lanes or his northbound direction right now, but definitely traffic in the southbound lanes. So this will be much more dangerous if he tries a stunt like that again. Again, this pursuit started about 30 minutes ago. Carjacking suspect, confirmed carjacking suspect. And again, look at that, just making these crazy turns out here, locking up the lights, brakes right there. That one was a green light. That was pretty lucky for him. But again, just moving along. We're on surface streets again in the Tustin area, working our way northbound. And again, you can see the number of officers following him, and they do not want to give this pursuit up.
So right now, I believe we're getting word that we are in the Placentia area. One person in that car, a carjacking suspect being pursued by police right now. Every once in a while, you'll see him step on the brakes, and then you'll see, wow, what a close call right there.
What?
And it looks like he's going to
just,
wow.
Through a construction
just taking
zone.
roads that aren't even paved. Yeah, through a construction zone, taking roads that aren't even paved, just making his way out here. This definitely looks like new road area out here, but he might have an idea where it's going. He's locking him up a little bit. I just saw that it turns into a real road. I don't know if that's a big bump right there. Taking out some construction fences and just moving on out here. That was just a new transition road that they've been building out here in the Placentia area that you just said. And again, just northbound on a major out here, continuing this chase. This guy just, it's unclear. You could not know where he's going. That was just random, and basically just taking these officers on a long run and endangering all the public out there. Another solid red out there. You saw that one SUV on the right side of the screen basically back up as he saw this guy barreling through this. And again, officers in pursuit on the ground. You have one helicopter. There he is with his lights. He just turned that on and lighting up the vehicle, hopefully warning some of these people ahead of in the area that this is going on. Again, another solid red and still moving northbound out here.
Stu, candidly, as we have been watching your live view from Sky 9, we have seen this driver blow through more intersections going through red lights than green lights by my casual count. This is a very dangerous situation, obviously.
Extremely dangerous. And, sometimes these are kind of, we have fun watching it. That's the best way to put it. But, it is very, very dangerous to the officers involved. It's dangerous to the public involved, especially when this guy is barreling through these red lights out here. That was a small residential area that we passed through, starting to look a little bit more industrial. But look at these crazy moves this guy is making right there. Just, threading the needle, going through those cars, making that hard right turn, and now on another major street. He seems to stay on these major roads out here and working his way. Now we're working our way eastbound, and again, another solid red coming up, making another crazy turn, cutting people off. This is probably one of the smallest roads we've seen him on so far, and he's working his way into a very residential neighborhood. Hopefully there are not going to be any kids out or anybody walking their dog, but I can tell you very residential now. I'll get a little bit wider. I don't want to lose that car, but again, working his way northbound once again as this chase continues.
And it's getting a little bit darker out there right now, but he's still driving without his lights on, blowing through stop signs, going right through intersections. And for as long as this thing's been going, Kent, it's really surprising he hasn't been involved in any accidents yet, although we do see a little bit of damage on his car, and we don't know when that happened.
But you're so right, Lena. I mean, how lucky can this driver be, and those innocents around him that no one's been hit, of whom we're aware. Sky 9 continues to follow this pursuit that began in the Fullerton area at about 7 o'clock this evening. The sun was still up a little bit. It certainly was brighter. What's this, Stu? An intersection.
Whoa, did you see that? That officer almost got hit.
Yeah.
That officer almost got struck there. And again, that shows you that these guys, they are trained professionals, but sometimes these things are just so dangerous. Again, look at that. Another green light there, a red light for him, green light for that other traffic. People slamming on the brakes. This guy right here, this officer, is getting extremely close to that car. Perhaps they're going to do some sort of pit maneuver, but with these high speeds, they probably will not take that chance, especially if they see any other cars on the roadway. This guy really working his way out here, now going against lanes of traffic again, a flow of traffic, and a center divider there. Look at that car right there, right there. These people just do not know this is coming. And again, against the traffic as he makes that left turn out there, basically getting into oncoming traffic. This guy really taking a lot of chances with other people's lives, and that's what makes this so dangerous. There you go, you have some traffic in front of him. And I understand that this is Imperial Highway, and it looks like we're going to be working our way eastbound, and we're picking up some speed again out here. The helicopter is above it. He's providing lights. But again, you see that erratic driving, that swerving back and forth, basically just trying to shake these officers, I would guess. But this guy really is just not giving up. That one officer right there really, really putting it down, trying to get a little bit closer to this guy out here. And again, this guy not slowing down, not stopping, no regard for anybody else on the roadway, which makes this so dangerous.
And again, he's going a little bit faster now, it seems, and still not driving with any headlights on, and really scary to watch, Kent, when he's going in the opposite lanes with no headlights on. Imagine being one of the drivers on the other side.
At one intersection,
can't see him coming.
You're absolutely right. One intersection, we saw the driver going from the wrong direction in one lane, turning left, going into the wrong direction
Got another car
at the
coming.
intersection.
Got another car coming. You know, and Ken, you know, it's like we got the opportunity to look a little bit ahead so we can see those cars coming, like when he's going against traffic. Very, very scary. And you just got to think to yourself, you know, if you're driving down the street and you're in your lane doing your thing, and then this guy comes around, now we are definitely inside a very residential neighborhood. You can see these are very large. Okay, this is where it's going to come to an end right here. This guy is definitely inside of a cul-de-sac right now. He's got no place to go. These officers not fooling around. They got their guns out. He's got his hand up, but a car is in reverse. Again, these officers can take that as, and he's not giving up, not giving up out here, basically trying to get away from these officers running over people's, there he's out of the car, and he's still not complying, definitely not complying, but now he is laying down on the ground. Wow, that was, you know, that could have gone so wrong for that guy. You have no idea. But officers, you know, keeping their cool out here. You can see those numbers of officers taking him into custody. We'll get a city for you here in just a moment. And this cul-de-sac, a very residential neighborhood, wild end to a wild pursuit.
11 uniformed officers, and frankly, one person who looks like he's wearing a referee's outfit in the upper right. We don't need the call on this particular play. This driver may have been under the influence. We know this is a carjacking suspect. Even in this cul-de-sac, when it looked as though there was no place to escape, we saw him back up and run into this house and over some landscaping before finally getting out and pretty quickly giving up the end of the chase.